Alright, I've got my coffee, which means that it is time for another episode of this playthrough. So, let me get my coffee in-game. The idea this time around is what we want to have happen is I want the mobile vehicle bay, because we want to start being able to build a Seamoth. And I want a battery charger. I want to be able to charge up my equipment because I don't want to keep on making batteries. Not that there's any problem with it, but later on I'll actually find a lot of free ones and I essentially won't need to ever make them again once I get to that point. The main point of me kind of rushing to get the Seamoth now is it opens up the world a lot more to me. As much as the Sea Glide has opened up the world to me, it's only helpful when I can be close to the surface because I need air. So what does the Seamoth end up helping me with? The Seamoth will end up helping me by making sure that I've got a mobile place to get air. So even if I can't take it down a certain distance, I know that I don't have to go down that far in order for me to get it. What the heck? Oh, was that a wreck in the distance? That was interesting. Yeah, I don't have to make sure that I need to go back that far up for air, and I don't have to build a base in order to get the air too. Which, at this point in time, when you go deeper and build bases, the only thing that I can really use to get power will be the bioreactor, because at a certain depth, you obviously aren't going to be getting any more sunlight. And if you don't have any more sunlight, the problem ends up being that you aren't going to... Yeah. The problem with that is I'm trying to remember what I was just saying. There we go. Mobile vehicle bay, so we already got that. Oh, I am in the... That is a new biome that I'm not going to be touching just yet because I want to be able to have my Seamoth for it. So I want to be able to have a mobile kind of thing that I don't need a base for. Oh yes, what I was saying with the what I was saying as I was finishing up explaining why bases don't really work as well in the beginning of the game in deep water is because you need to have some sort of power source, and the only power source at the beginning of the game, once you find it, that you can use for your bases is sunlight. At certain depths, I think it's about 200 meters of depth, they're not working anymore. It's just not a thing, which makes sense, obviously. Let's see, is this part of the movie? Yeah, I already did those. Let's see if I can... This is a special peeper right here, hang on. Fine, boom. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, because this is actually really interesting. Very early on in the game, you guys are not going to understand what this is. What you're seeing about this particular peeper is actually extremely important late game. It had a bacterial infection, it shows you, but now that infection is completely dormant. So something must have changed. And when you figure out where these peepers are coming from, which you will much later in the game, you will understand why things are the way they are, why it's glowing like that, and why it's important for you to find how it started doing that. Let's see what else we got. So 17, that's actually going to be a good one to look to. Where am I? Please, 17. This is actually an area that I really liked building. It's got a deep drop off, which later on is very helpful. Because the vehicles that you will end up building are bigger and bigger. Let's see. I think I might have already gotten this, but this one, there's something else that I can show you too. As I'm going to this one, let's grab some quartz. Yeah, I already got this. Let's just double check that I scanned Seamoth fragments. Yes, I did. Cool. So I'll be able to start making these. Okay, we've got this right here. So this, every single biome is actually more. There is more nuance to every single biome that you enter than you can see on the surface level. So, for the safe shallows, there's actually a lot of cave tunnels that you can go through, and they don't lead too far, but it really helps with the biodiversity of the area. The kelp forest actually gets pretty deep, and there are more wrecks as you go deeper into it, and there's actually certain fish that are very unique and interesting that are also somewhat hostile, but not overly hostile. It's not like it's the worst thing that you've ever come up against, but everything gets a little bit more diverse. Now, in the grassy plateau, this one that we go a little deeper in, there is a cave system. Very, very interesting cave system right here. And it goes way deep. Oop. I think that I got a biter attack. It goes way deep. And there's multiple entrances to it. And once we get our Seamoth, that's going to be one of the first places we're going to go. Because that one's going to be a lot easier for me to deal with from a... I don't have to get the diamonds yet for the laser cutter, because I'm not going to need a laser cutter to help me get through that. Propulsion cannon, when I find those, might be useful, because it'll take away some dangerous, like, kind of plants that are down there. But all of it's pretty wide open. But that's going to be one of the earlier areas that is a little bit more dangerous, but still a fun place to explore.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
All right. So let's take a look at what I need for the mobile vehicle bay. Titanium ingot, lubricant, and power cell. So titanium ingots and power cells are stuff that we haven't made in this playthrough yet. And you don't need to find blueprints for it. When you actually build their base materials, that's when you actually see what makes them up. So power cell, we need one more battery, which I can use dead batteries for. So if I wanted to, the Sea Glide that I'm currently using, it's got lower battery. And what I can do with that is I can use those lower batteries and trick the game into... Let's get some shrooms. I can trick the game to using those, and it'll create a full power cell. Alright, so the second thing that we've got, titanium ingots. So titanium ingots is just essentially stronger titanium. Which, you know, simple enough to think about. Let's go grab one of them. I'm gonna grab one of them. We're gonna make another. Didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Make another battery. We need silicon rubber. I have silicon rubber. Nope. Let's go get it. But you can see some of these things that we're getting are iterative on top of each other. So batteries, oh my gosh, I had molten vehicle blade this close to me. Hang on. Oh man, unfortunately we just probably lost about 10 minutes of footage. I'm gonna try to do my best to give you guys at least a little bit of what I was doing. So I went from where we had been to this biome over here, which is called the Mushroom Forest. And as I was explaining over there, this is the last real biome that is essentially safe. Last safe biome. Every other biome from here on out will include some sort of danger, with the exception of one, but it's not really much of a biome. It's more of a transition area. that is the last real biome that has safety in it. But that also means that if you aren't careful, very quickly, if you leave it, you're going to be in very dangerous areas. So we're going to get back, because if you look at the top right of the screen, got us a moon pool. And also I picked up our first diamond. And I was also explaining the other chunks here that you can get, the shale chunks. That is where you end up finding diamonds at this stage of the game. But it also is really interesting because it also makes like gold less rare than silver, because gold can be found in multiple different chunks, while silver can only be found in one.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this titanium in. So we need 2 titanium ingots. So we've got 1. So we're gonna need another lubricant. Oh, speaking of being iterative on each other, plat steel ingots. That is the next iteration of the titanium ingot. We don't need any of those right now, but for some really big stuff, we will. Like the Cyclops, which I found a fragment for as I was exploring the mushroom forest the first time, which unfortunately you guys didn't get to see, which kind of makes me sad. I wish that footage didn't get lost, but it's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get this. Oh, you also probably missed me messing up the... Oh no, you didn't get to see me make the Seamoth, I don't think. Oh well. So 2 things that you didn't get to see me make: this Seamoth and then this mobile vehicle bay. You were already watching me get the materials for it, so you know that I was able to make it. Anyway, mobile vehicle bay, you come up here. Press A on it, and you can see Seamoth as one of the vehicles. There are 3 vehicles you end up being able to make in the game. Now, what we need to do, and technically I could have already started this. What we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a moon pool. Alright, now I need the lubricant. You can actually start putting that in before you have all the materials. It'll only make you stop if on its list it has a material you don't have, and then it will stop. But it's not like it'll break anything. Here we go. I've got no hull strength. Ooh, I need to make ourselves something reinforced. Good Lord. If I were to build anything else that didn't increase my hull strength, what will end up happening is this would end up breaking. And when I say it ends up breaking, is that we will end up having leaks. We don't want leaks, right? Nah. So I'm gonna finish this, and now you can see my hull's back to 2.0. All right. So obviously you saw me that I just repaired this.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And then the moon pool is a docking station. I love this. Not only is it a docking station, this charges your Seamoth battery. So I've got 92% right here.
Seek fluid intake.
Oh, I need a seek fluid intake. Gross. Alright, I've got 2 waters right here. Let's go ahead and drink them. 2.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Thank goodness I'm stabilizing. Let's cook up the peeper. Yum. Give me a cup of coffee.
Coffee completed.
Thank you. Dope. Alright, let me think about what I want to do here. So what I want to do is I want to probably get down into caves and keep on going to places where I can keep getting more and more materials, because I've got one of the things that I want to do, but also I couldn't find many shale outcroppings. Maybe I'll have better luck when it is kind of daylight out. So let's hit the Seamoth. We'll go one more attempt for the shale because I kind of need a working laser cutter to get the battery charger, and that's kind of the next thing that's needed. Right here, right over here, I should have the So what's nice about this game is that it kind of keeps you in locations that it wants you to stay in for a while in multiple different ways. I have a video I'm making that talks about my favorite one, which you can actually notice at the very beginning of the game. But throughout the entirety of the game, there's also something that you end up noticing that keeps your focus in a specific area. Oh, it's shale outcropping. Let's go. Gold. Oh, shale outcroppings are a lot easier to find on this wall. There's just so much surface area you can see. Like, see, like that, right here. Also gives you a lot of really good materials over here. Another. Wow, I've got so much gold. I'm rich, if gold really mattered at this point, which doesn't really yet. I need diamonds. Yeah, I thought I saw that. Give me shale outcroppings. Lithium I'll take. Lithium is good. I'm pretty sure lithium is important for when you're reinforcing your bases, which as you get deeper into this game, you have to reinforce your base more and more, which obviously makes sense because you don't want to get crushed, and crush increases as you get deeper and deeper. Technically, if we didn't have a good diving suit, we would get crushed by the pressure too, but in the base game, it doesn't matter. But if you have mods installed, like Death Run mod, it really ends up mattering then. Shale. Give me a diamond. I need a second diamond. Okay, cool. Got 2 diamonds. I think that's what I need for laser cutter. Yeah. Now I just need a battery. Cool. Alright. Now we get to the part of the game, like once you get far enough away from the surface, like you actually need like the sandstone outcroppings to find some of the basic materials, like titanium and copper. The irony is that as you get deeper, you find less and less of those, which ends up making copper one of the resources you end up running out the most with. Because it makes a lot of basic equipment that you need for like every part of the game, but you only find it in certain locations until you can find a way to drill into certain things. But it doesn't look very good. In fact, that guy looks infected. Since I wandered into a certain part of this game, I should be getting a specific radio message, which I'm going to have to catch up on all the radio messages too. Alright, so I've got the laser cutter. Which I've probably got 5-10 minutes. I think I'll be able to get the battery charger before the end of this episode. Let's see. Shrooms. Battery. remember what I said about... I think I said a bit about batteries here. So, what I can do is I can make the laser cutter now that I changed the batteries on that. And when I make the laser cutter, full battery. So that's really useful. I don't need a knife right now. In my next thing we want to do, find a wreck. I've got a couple that I want to look through for battery charger fragments. It always boggles my mind because sometimes hitting like a small fish will damage your Seamoth, other times it won't. Like that time, it didn't. I don't know if it's because like at times. Oh, it's a forklift. And this is a scanner room. Let's get that one. All right, that's our second utility room. The first utility room that we have being the moon pool. Let's take a look at this. We also got whatever's in here. Ultra guide fins, nice.
Blueprint acquired.
What are you doing? You were gone so long. I thought you drowned. Put the flare down. I was going to try and attract someone's attention. That's not a distress flare. Stop waving it around like that. You'll catch the fuel line.
Yep, that's a very sad way for that crew to go out. So there was a regular crew member, and then there was also a passenger in that life pod, and the passenger was kind of fed up with waiting to try to do a flare to get somebody's attention, and what ended up happening is that flare wasn't meant for attracting attention and blew them up. Oh, we got another radio message, but here, let's see, we're still normal. There's propulsion cannon, 1. Laser charger fragment, I'm gonna not do that. Oh, propulsion cannon, 2. All right, we have, I think, everything we need to go through all of the Aurora, so that's a good start.
Passing 100 meters.
Seamoth.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Scanner room. Get some more oxygen first. And through. I'm pretty sure there was a door that we can open here. That's one door. Mobile vehicle bag fragment. Good. Oh, bench. Let's grab that. Oh, plant pot. That is important. Plant shelf. Oh, actually, I don't even know if I've ever scanned that before because sometimes I forget. Let's see. So this one is this is a door we can cut. So these are the type of things that you can end up cutting. Huh. I don't think I've ever heard that noise before. Let's see what we got here. Motion cannon, good. Data box with lightweight capacity tank, nice.
Blueprint acquired.
Okay, got those 2. Modification station, that's a new one. Very nice. Let's go quick and get some air. What's going on? good with air. Go back through. I'm going to avoid the electricity because obviously that would be a shocking way to go. Alright. Modification station. Boom. Alright. That is good. So, you might ask, what is the modification? Oh my god, did I get 2 battery chargers right here? Ah, this is such a good episode. I've gotten so many fragments just from this one wreck. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll see whatever this is. Vehicle upgrade console. Wow, oh my gosh. It's a lot of stuff to look through. Propulsion fragment. Is there anything else that's scannable down here? This light. This light's definitely scannable. Modification station. Okay.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Get out of here. Alright. So we're done with this one. Boom. Let's get back to our first base. And I think once I get back, I'm going to cut it from here. So we got a lot of really good stuff. I think the next place really to go, I actually like to hit the caves first before I go into the Aurora. For one big reason that I'll end up showing you. But we're going to end up going to the caves, and I think we'll make our second base. So that should be good. And that means that probably in 2 or 3 episodes, we will be in the Aurora. It's kind of crazy how quick this is going. Oh, I bonked. I bonked. Oh, how annoying. Alright, let's see what we got here. Wow, getting advanced equipment. Let's also, we're going to do something important here. Let's go ahead and give ourselves, where is the radio? Oh, battery charger. Let's put that right there, and then radio, put that right there. I need copper titanium. Let's see. I just don't have a titanium. Alright. Got that one. Let's go ahead and listen to this while I'm getting this.
This is Avery Quinn, trading ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over. None of the vacuum. These Altera ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS. You offer help, they won't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's gonna take more than a week to reach your position. You still need our assistance. Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. What the long-range scans pick up in the meantime?
It's kind of a crazy thing to think about because you have no idea from that ship's perspective, like, what do I need here? Copper wire. So I need to build. Where's my copper wire? 2 copper. Didn't I not have 2? Oh, I have 2 in here. Because they have no idea if you're okay or not, which is kind of nuts. Let's see. Any more? No. Boom. Battery charger. Cool. So, what does this mean? Oh, let me just take out the battery of my scanner and show you. Put that in, start to charge the battery, but look, I'm looking at the ceiling, but look, if you look at the ceiling, it's going to be easier to see here. See that power? Everything that you're using that like charges stuff or like build stuff is going to use power. So you can see that my power is draining just because of that. It would also be draining if this is getting charged right here, but this is already fully charged. And this is where having multiple power sources is important. So if I were to build a room with a bioreactor, that would work out, but I actually can't build a bioreactor yet. Which is kind of crazy. But so like you really are only stuck to the shallows with base building at the beginning of the game. You can't build otherwise. Let's see. So got that. What else did I unlock? So I've got the high capacity. I need to make. Okay, this is going to be one of those things that you're not going to know. Modification state. Oh no! I needed to keep scanning those. It's annoying. I don't need it right now though. I'll just go back to one of those and finish picking up the scans. But yeah, I don't need to build that just yet. But that will have a bunch of really fun stuff. Let's see what else got left. That got. I did get propulsion cannon, which I don't need yet. I'm not gonna bother. So I think this is. Actually, let's just go. No, we'll save that for next episode. All right. See ya.